Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. FAME. FAME is the acronym which stands for Freedom of Artistic Means of Expression. Okay, so that's what this channel is about. We're expressing ourselves, that's what we're doing. I have a different angle on my camera today, so if it looks like I'm looking over there, it's because I'm forgetting that the camera's over here. So if I'm not looking straight at you, just forgive me, okay? I'm still trying to get the hang of this. This is only my second video ever on YouTube. If you're here for the first time, welcome. This is a brand new page, and I'm so excited for you to be joining us. Here we talk about everything law of attraction, energy. We talk about the arts because I am an artist as well. And we really want to focus on how energy and law of attraction plays in with our day-to-day life. I know it's kind of noisy outside, just like motorcycles riding up and down because it's nice outside today, even though we're supposed to be in quarantine. But okay, hope you guys are doing okay who are still out there in quarantine land. I'm glad we're able to communicate and connect here through YouTube and other means of social media. So I am dressed up because we did a thing. We did like this little online challenge, and before I took my face and everything off, I decided I would upload a video today. I was going to do it tomorrow, but I said, you know, I'm inspired to do it today because there's really something that I want to talk to you all about. Excuse me, I'm not feeling that great today. I'm having some stomach issues, so forgive me. But today's topic is about worthiness. Worthiness and the law of attraction and how it works together. I don't want to make this video too long because it could easily be like a 2 or 3 hour video. But my last video was like 30 minutes long, so I'm trying to keep this under 20 minutes. We'll see how that goes. I'm already at like almost 10 minutes already. Oh, I'm at 2 minutes. Okay, good. Okay, so let's get into the video. Worthiness and the law of attraction. Worthiness. Worthiness is such a loaded word, right? When you hear the word worthy or worthiness, you instantly think your value, the value of something. What is something worth, right? And trust me when I say, to this day, I still struggle with worthiness. I am not someone who's coming to you like, oh, I've got the process down and I know who the F I am and can't nobody tell me nothing. I'm a work in progress to get there, but I still struggle. Contrary to popular belief, or what people may see on my Facebook and Instagram pages, with me manifesting front row seats to concerts and meeting all these celebrities, which again, we'll post a whole series of videos just about different ways that you can manifest what you desire in terms of like front row seats and concert tickets, because that's something that I've definitely been able to manifest over the last year. But people would comment all the time and say really beautiful, wonderful, very kind things to me, like, oh my gosh, you know, you're so inspiring, and you know, I love how you're living your best life. You are doing it, girl. Yes, hunty. But in reality, it's like, that is so sweet, thank you, but you have no idea what it took to get dressed or to get comfortable enough or to just get the nerve to want to go and meet these celebrities, you know, or go to these concerts and having to put a look together and all that stuff. And worthiness, it just comes from an internal place. Like, you can't necessarily learn worthiness. It's something that is kind of distilled into you, like instilled into you, usually from a very young age. So if you're like me, where from a very, very, very young age, I mean like under 10 years old, you know, you were made to feel that you were not worthy of love, or you were told on a regular basis that you weren't worthy of love, or that you had no value, or that you were cheap, or maybe circumstances made you feel unworthy. Like if you were physically abused, or if you were, sexually abused, or if you were raped or something like that, and you feel that your body let you down, and so you now feel worthless, that you have a worthless body because your body attracted negative things to happen to you, so your worth goes down because of that too. And you look at your body as something that you need to be at war with, that you hate, or sometimes you're even disgusted by it. Again, I'm not telling you anything or any feelings that I don't feel. Okay, I definitely feel these feelings, and I can't even say from time to time. The intensity varies, but it's kind of always there in the back of my mind, just kind of nagging, so that every time something happens or anything that comes up, let's say if I go out for a job and I don't get the job, or I get up the guts to ask somebody out on a date and I get rejected, like I get put in the friend zone, or if I want to go backstage and meet a celebrity and I'm not chosen, but a skinnier girl is chosen or something, I always take that as, well, it's because I'm not worthy. It's because I'm not worthy. It's because I'm not worthy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to feel like I'm not worthy. I shouldn't automatically default to that thought pattern. Do you see what I'm saying? I know it is simply my cognitive dissonance, replaying old memories and the feelings that are associated with those old memories. Because right now, in this current time space reality, right now, today, in this very moment, nobody is telling me that I'm not worthy. Do you see what I'm saying? Nobody is telling me that. But I still feel it a lot. Now, why? Because I was programmed at a very young age to believe that I was unworthy of certain things. Do you see what I'm saying? And then society doesn't help, because society tends to perpetuate the truth, the truth, the truth to you that you're not worthy. Do you see what I'm saying? So, sorry, I felt like messages coming through. So, when you are being shown consistently that, or images or circumstances that are supporting your false belief that you're not worthy already, then that just makes it harder. Do you see what I'm saying? It makes it harder for you to recover. And I've used multiple spiritual methods, different law of attraction methods, different techniques, affirmations, scripting, and the 555 method, like different things, and they all have their place. But the high only lasts for so long. You get excited, you get motivated, you're empowered, like, yes, I'm gonna do this, yes, I'm gonna look at myself every day, I'm gonna do mirror work, like Louisa Hay said, I'm gonna tell myself I love you every single day. And you do it for like 2 days, and then you're just like crying your eyes out every single day, and then you're like, I can't do this, and you just give up, right? I'm guilty of that, very much so. So then you start wondering, okay, what can I do then? Like, what can I do? How can I change how I feel? How can I adjust this feeling of unworthiness? And what are some signs as well that would indicate, hey, I'm having some unworthiness issues? And a friend of mine, we talk about this a lot. And she's very, very, very passionate about worthiness. And she's one of my dear friends. And she would always tell me, Tiffany, you don't see how worthy you are. You don't believe you're worthy. You don't see your worth. She, till this day, she still tells me that. And she cries. She cries when she tells me this, because she said, if I could just give you some of my worthiness, because I know that I'm worthy, and if I could just give you some of that, and it's a very emotional thing. I feel myself tearing up now, but I'm not gonna cry because I have on so much mascara. So we're not gonna do this. But um, it is emotional when you stop and think about it. And if you do some shadow work, really sit down with yourself and talk about your issues that are inside, the things that you cover up or mask with other things or mask with defensiveness. That's a big one. A lot of people who um, really believe that they're unworthy, you know, they have an issue with being defensive. They'll get mad at you real quick if you tend to point something out to them because it's like it's a trigger. Even if they're not aware of where this trigger is coming from, it's still a trigger. And one of the best examples that you will really tell whether or not you have worthiness issues is if you get into a relationship. The type of men or women that you choose to entertain, that you choose to date, that you choose to commit to, that you choose to marry, that you choose to still deal with, whether you're in a committed relationship or have broken up, that will determine what your worthiness is to you. Let me explain a little bit more about this because I noticed that this is an epidemic, okay? Especially for women. I'm not saying that men don't feel that too, but for some reason, because men can be a little less emotional than women, their sense of detachment can be a little bit easier. Whereas for women, a lot of times our detachment is a lot harder because we're nurturing individuals. We're naturally nurturing creatures. A lot of us love hard. We love with all of our hearts. We give everything. And when we give everything, we're expecting, just naturally, we're expecting to receive. It's that ebb and flow, that natural give and take. We give from our sacral chakra and we pour into our partner's root chakra, especially if he's a male. You pour into his root chakra, and then he's supposed to reciprocate that from his root chakra and put that energy back into your sacral chakra. So it's supposed to be a rotating thing, which is why the sacral chakra and root chakra are right next to each other, right above each other. Okay, because it's a cycle. It's an ebb and flow. And if one person, I'll just say, use a male female relationship. Okay, if a female is pouring herself into filling up the male root chakra, she's fulfilling him. She's giving him a sense of security. She's nurturing. She's passionate. She's there whenever he needs her. She cares about him. She goes out of her way. And I mean literally out of her way, above and beyond, to make sure that he's good. Whether he's good to her or not, she does this, right? She's pouring so much of herself. Let's not even mention if she has children by him and gets pregnant by him. She's pouring even more into him, right? But if the male or the masculine person in the relationship, whoever has the dominant masculine energy, if you're not pouring that back into your woman's sacral chakra, if you are not reciprocating that nurturing, you're depleting her. You're depleting the energy from her sacral chakra. The sacral chakra, for those of you who aren't aware, that is the chakra that's in the womb. Okay, that is where our life force is. That is where all of our love, our passion, our sensuality, our nurturing, it comes from our sacral chakra. So if we're pouring all of that into you, boyfriend, husband, ex-boyfriend, fiance, ex-fiance, whoever, husband, ex-husband, if we're still pouring that into you and you are not reciprocating that, we are depleting ourselves from our own sacral power, which means 9 times out of 10, we are not taking care of ourselves anymore. Our self-care and self-love routines are out the window. We're not pampering ourselves anymore. We're not thinking about ourselves. We're putting your needs first and ours last. And then we become in grind mode. You're only thinking about work. You're only thinking about grinding. You're only thinking about how to take care and find stability and security, because that's what the root chakra is. The root chakra is the chakra for stability, for security, which is why men have a dominant energy of root chakras, or a dominant root chakra energy, and a very, very low sacral chakra energy. Whereas women, it's the total opposite. We have a very high sacral chakra energy and a very low root chakra energy. But when those roles start getting reversed and you're depleting us from our sacral chakra energy, our root chakra energy gets stronger, because we have to pull from ourselves, because you're not feeding us the energy back. You're not reciprocating that energy back to us. So we have to pull our own energy, okay, from our own sacral chakra. So not only are we taking our sacral chakra energy and pouring it into you, we're also pulling it out of us. We're sucking it out too, and we're housing it in the root chakra, because we now have to create that stability and security for ourselves. When that happens, that is when those thoughts of worthiness start creeping in. That's when you start doubting your worthiness, because you don't have time to think about you. It's all about him. It's all about whoever your other partner is. Okay. This can go for any relationship, any relationship, hetero, homosexual, pansexual, whatever relationship, bisexual, it doesn't matter. It's all about the energy. I'm just using male, female as an example, because that's been majority of my experiences have been male, female experiences. So just for the sake of explanation, I'm using just male, female. But I have been single for a very, very long time. I have been single literally for like 8 years this year, okay? September 2020 will be 8 years. I have not had a boyfriend or any relationship whatsoever since 2012, okay? It's 2020 now, people. And like I said in my previous video, I think I mentioned that I started off just simply wanting to get myself together after that last breakup, because that one hurt. And the relationship before that was like really bad, was actually with a woman, because I was in a place where I was dating somebody, and it was just like guy after guy. It was just so bad. It was so unfulfilling. And I thought to myself, well, the answer is to just not date a man. That was not the answer either, because that was a horrific relationship. Okay. And then I dated a man again. I started dating men again. Didn't get any better. So clearly the issue was me. The issue was me internally. Okay. I was the problem. It was how I viewed myself, and how no one was pouring into my sacral chakra, feeding back that energy to me that I was giving out. I was literally becoming a magnet for only dating people who matched the level of my worthiness that I thought of myself deep down in the pits of my mind, of my deep subconscious. I knew that I didn't feel worthy of love. I knew I did not feel worthy of being with someone who really appreciated me and cherished me and loved me. And I tried to find it in different ways, different people, different sexes, and it didn't matter. I kept getting the same result, because it was me. It was my energy. It was my vibration. Law of attraction was responding to the vibration of my subconscious mind that said, I am not worthy of love. And the universe says you're absolutely right, and consistently sent me relationships or put me in situationships where, yeah, everything will be great for a few months, and then they'd stop talking to me and go get married to somebody else. Well, why wasn't I good enough to marry? Because I didn't believe that I was worthy enough to be married to. I didn't think I was worthy enough to be loved and cherished and appreciated and honored and adored. And because I didn't believe any of that, the universe sent me people to date and be in relationships with that looked at me in that way and treated me accordingly. They may not be conscious of it. They may tell you that they love you and you're the best thing that ever happened to them. Blah, blah, blah. Laid it on extra thick. But trust me, don't worry about what they're saying to you. Their words are irrelevant. Look at their actions, because their actions will tell you how they feel about you. Because a lot of our actions are subconscious anyway, right? So if you're dating a guy and you're like, oh, he was great in the beginning, like in my case, my last relationship, I dated somebody for 9 months and he was like one of my best friends, and then we started dating. And just like all my other exes, you stop talking to him and you think, oh, you can still be friends. I would still do everything for him. If he needed like shirts for work, I would go buy shirts for him. I would buy his food for him. I would constantly check up on him. I would, constantly see about him and see how he was doing. I would try to encourage him when, he was going through his unemployment phase. I would try to make him smile. I was still having sex with him. I would still, invite him to come hang out. And I would still, in my mind, try to paint a picture of a potential future with this person. I would still visualize getting married and having kids to this person and us reconciling and all that stuff. And I'm not saying that those things could not happen. They actually can happen. But you have to put in specific techniques. And law of attraction can bring that to you, because law of attraction doesn't discriminate. If you want your ex back, you can manifest your ex back. Period. There's no question about that. You 100% can. But what version of your ex do you want back? Do you want the version of somebody who does not value you, who does not see your worth, who is not vibrating, higher? Because you want to vibrate higher. But you can't get there from where you are. You have to start believing that you're worthy. Like I said, I'm a work in progress with this. But like Abraham Hicks always says, when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. So if nothing else, ladies and gentlemen, when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. Do not settle. That is the biggest disservice you can do for yourself. I was listening to a wonderful woman. I believe her page is called the Daily Positivity. The Daily Positivity, I think is her channel. And she talks about accepting half manifestations. So does another incredible girl on YouTube, Unseen Seraph. Check her out. She's amazing. She goes by the Neville Goddard teachings. Neville Goddard is an incredible resource for you guys when it comes to understanding worthiness and how to manifest specific people in your life, how to manifest relationships, even if it's an ex. Okay? But you have to do work. You have to do some shadow work if you want to manifest the version of your ex that you truly desire. But you got to do your part. You have to do your due diligence, and you have to do your own shadow work to tell yourself. You have to somehow convince yourself enough that you're at least worthy of better than what they were giving you or what they are giving you. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm still shaky with that. Okay? Sometimes I think, hell yeah, I'm worthy. I got this. Yes. Do you see all of this? Okay, whatever. I am hot stuff. He would be crazy not to want me. But then that inner talk is like, girl, bye. You're not worth that, okay? Look at the man that you want. Look, he is tall, he's sexy, he got muscles. And look at you. Look, you got all this flab, okay? Don't nobody want no fat girl. Woo, 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 woo. Society says that, fat women are coming up a little bit, but it's still the smaller women that prosper. Take a look around. Okay? You don't see these A-list Hollywood actors rolling around on the silver screen with a 300-pound woman. No. So what makes you think that you're really beautiful? Forget what you're seeing, because you're not going to compare to them. They may celebrate plus size women like Ashley Graham and Lizzo and Adele and Tess Holliday and Lyris Cross and all these other gorgeous plus size women, and Missy Elliott, who made their lane. But trust and believe, it's still the women that don't look like them that are the majority. So what makes you think that you're on their level? You're not an exception like they are. This is what the self-talk is. Okay? This is what the self-talk is. That defaults me back to well, I guess I'm not worthy. But here's the catch to that. And I'm going to wrap this up because this video is already 25 minutes long. The catch to that is, when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. Which means I may not 100% be open and ready psychologically, emotionally, or subconsciously to fully receive the partner that I desire, or the love that I know is out there that I desire. I may not be fully ready for that yet. But I know for damn sure that I deserve better than somebody who is going to string me along, than somebody who is half in, half out, than somebody who disrespects me, or someone who ignores me, or someone who does not see the worth that I'm trying to elevate myself to. I know that I don't deserve someone who is horrible at communication, someone who lacks empathy, someone who I have to make excuses for all the time, for someone who I have to justify his bad behavior. Okay? I have to know that I am better than someone who only wants to deal with me on his terms. Okay? I have to know that I'm better than somebody who wants me to be at their beck and call and keep me on a short leash to be there like their little lapdog whenever they need me, but they are not willing to give me their time unless they need me for something. I have to know that I deserve better than all of that mess. And you do, male, female, it doesn't matter who you are. You deserve better than that. Do not accept that. Do not accept a partial manifestation. If your ideal, ladies, if your ideal man, if you're into men, if your ideal man is tall, dark, and handsome, who's kind and generous and thoughtful and really passionate and absolutely adores you, hold on to that manifestation. Wait for that manifestation. Hold on to that desire. If somebody comes into your life and he's tall, handsome, he's everything that you want physically, and he sucks at communicating, or he doesn't adore you, or he isn't passionate about you, or he's not romantic. If you like someone to bring you flowers and he doesn't bring you flowers, or if he doesn't show in a passionate way how much he cares, if he's not spontaneous and doesn't care to get creative with you, if he's not willing to provide you simple, basic security in your relationship, knowing that it's me and you until the end, boo. I love you and only you. It's you and me. I'm choosing to spend this part of my life with you. I'm choosing to spend this chapter of my life with you. And I'm going to do my part because I know how you need to be loved. I've been listening to you. I've been understanding you. I know how you need to be loved. I know what you need from me based on your own life experiences. And I'm willing to give that to you. If you don't have a man who is willing to do that for you, he is not the one. You need to bless him. If you date and it doesn't work out because he's not those other things, he's only 40% of what you want and none of the 60, you bless that situation. You thank God in the universe that he just brought you one step closer to clarity and helping you decide when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. I can't say that enough. When you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. And you are sending up rockets of desire, as Abraham Hicks calls them, to the universe saying, this is what I desire, this is what I desire, this is what I desire in a mate. And God never tells you no. The universe never says no. But you have to get out of your own way. You need to start doing your shadow work. And you need to say, you know what? I don't know if I'm ready to receive who I really desire because I don't know if my worthiness is up there yet. Only God knows that. But I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to do what I can control. And what I can control is the people who are entertained. The women who are entertained. The men who are entertained. If I got to question stuff about you, if I have to question your loyalty, if I have to question your commitment, if I have to question whether or not you're being honest with me, if I have to question whether or not I'm doing too much, if I have to keep asking myself, why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep dealing with this person? If I have to keep asking those questions, then you are not the right person for me. Peace and blessings. I hope you find the perfect man or woman who is for you, who is vibrating at the same level where you are right now and gives you the amount of love that you are able to receive at this moment. Because the type of love that I have, you are not able to receive it for your own personal reasons. I'm not going to make an excuse for you. I'm not going to use your past as reasoning as to why you can't receive the type of love that I have. That's fine, but because that's not my journey. That's your job. You know why you can't receive the type of love that I have. You know why you can't get with a girl like me. You know why we're having problems. You know why you take my love for granted. You know why you take me for granted. You know why you think you can keep me on a short leash. You know what, and you know why I let you do it. You know why I let you do it. Because you see how I'm lacking worthiness inside of myself. You see how I'm lacking confidence and self-esteem to believe that I could actually get somebody who's 10 times better than you. You see that and you prey upon that and you use that. And to me, those are the worst kinds of people. Those are the worst kinds of people because you see my weakness and you prey upon it and you use it against me and you make me feel like something is wrong with me. And you wrap me so tight up in your coil, in your web